welcome to Live in the Hall. I'm Catherine Glaspie, and we're here for another conference. I've got some great people with me today. Will Peebles is here with me, who works with me over at Chatham County. I've got Michael McPherson here. And I said it wrong again, didn't I? I did it last year.
There's no fear in McPherson.
Oh, McPherson.
McPherson.
I see, I knew as soon as I did it, though, that I had it wrong this time. But you're with GMA.
I'm with GMA.
Yes,
right.
And thank you for being back with us this year. And then we have the big wig here. Larry Hanson, thank you so much for being here with us at Live in the Hall.
Great to be with you again, and certainly great to be here with GMA and lovely Savannah.
You know, I think it's great that you guys keep coming back to Savannah every year. And we've talked about this the last 2 times that I've been on the show with you. How many people do you guys have here? Because it's always the biggest conference in Savannah.
It sure is, and we are so fortunate we continue to grow. We're at about 2,600 this year. That number is going to go up with daily registrations, but we're setting a number of records this year. It just shows the energy and the enthusiasm among our members, and being in this room, it shows how much business people want to be around our members as well. So it's an exciting time.
Awesome.
And it's hard to talk about the room without talking about these beautiful new facilities here at the convention center.
Well, you know, it's interesting. I remember, I've been a city official long enough to remember when GMA first came to the building here, and I was like, oh my God, we're going to get lost. It's so big. And now, starting 3 years ago, we literally had outgrown the building. We were one of them that pushed them to do the expansion. And here we are using it all, needing it all. Last year, we had to have 8 training classes on the other side of the river in a hotel. There was not enough room here for it. So it's a blessing not only for us, but for our members that we can be housed in this building and allow us to even meet more needs of our city officials by making sure they all can get training and programs rather than having to cut numbers off because there weren't enough rooms here.
Absolutely. And I think we have 24 training rooms now. And then they've expanded the hall that we're in.
And we have a record 51 training classes this year.
Wow. 51?
51 training classes, which shows you our elected, our appointed leaders of cities, they're hungry to learn, they're eager to learn, they want to get better so they can take it home and better serve their communities. So it's an exciting time.
So let's talk about the conference a little bit. You guys have an amazing theme this year. It is the power of positive leadership. When they were telling me that earlier, I was like, you know, I think I could have used that this week. I could have been a better, more positive leader this week. So I think that's great. It's a great conference theme that you guys are doing. How are you trying to get that theme out to all of the people that you're training this week?
Well, you know, this year and even recent years, it's been challenging times to be a leader. And we're seeing more political turnover than at any time in history, from the federal government, state government, local government. Public service is hard, and more people are saying this is not the career I want. And so one of the things we're trying to stress is, number one, civility, how we treat each other. But number 2 is positivity. The only way we can solve problems and move forward and have success is being positive, having a positive outlook about the future. We're always going to have challenges. We're always going to have things we need to work on. But yet, to achieve the ultimate goals, we have to be positive.
So, Larry, how many conferences is this for you?
1994, 2000, 31 maybe.
So for this year, what are you particularly excited about that we've got in store?
Well, I'm really excited about this new space and the opportunity that allows us to do even more. We really have run out of space, so more training classes to meet more needs, have more larger rooms for where we can accommodate big policy committee meetings, not have people that can't get in the room. We've had that in recent years. We had to turn people away. And I think just the opportunity for more officials to know that they can come, find hotel space, get the classes that they want, that's been a challenge too. When you can't offer enough classes and classes get filled, members get discouraged. And then I think just the quality of the people that we have, our keynote speakers, we're excited about them, the messages they're going to bring. And then, as I said earlier, we are finding more and more businesses, more and more corporations, businesses that provide services and products. They want to be around our members. So you're seeing a lot of eager city officials here to be introduced to products and services that hopefully they can make a relationship with and take home and better improve their city. So all of those, I think, make this the most positive convention ever.
All right. So anything that we should know about the opening session and the keynote speaker?
Well, the opening session, and really that comes back to the title. John Gordon is an internationally renowned, nationally renowned public speaker. He's very inspirational. He talks a lot about being positive. He does a lot of coaching of Fortune 500 CEOs, speaking to organizations, pro football teams, college football teams, and yet his message is all about being positive. In fact, his most recent best-selling book is How We Arrive at Our Conference Theme. So we think he really is the right guy to talk to our members about how you remain positive even in challenging times, and to encourage them. Public service is hard, it's heavy, and inspire them to continue to do the work they're doing. And then we have a second keynote speaker we're excited about, a member of the Georgia Supreme Court. Justice Colvin is going to speak on Monday morning at our business meeting. And that's pretty cool to have a member of the Georgia Supreme Court who is a native Georgian that is going to be with us. And she has a powerful life message, and she's going to talk too about being inspired to do public service and share her story. So those are our two keynote speakers, Michael, and we think they're both going to be really inspirational.
Yeah, I believe it. So, Larry, housing has been a huge topic for several years. How are we engaging our members this time around to get the word out and discuss the housing issues in their community?
Housing is an issue all over state. It's interesting. It's not just a single issue. It's not just building more houses. It's learning how to deal with substandard housing. It's looking at your housing inventory and making sure you have a right mix, because just right now, for the first time in history, we have 5 generations in the workforce. So think about that for a moment. So we have to apply that to living conditions. Everybody doesn't want a cookie cutter, traditional 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square foot home in a subdivision. Okay? Those days are over. We have new generations. So we got to make sure we're looking at duplexes and triplexes and rental and apartments and traditional single-family homes, but making sure there's inventory that everyone can afford. We got to make sure that we're making sure that teachers have a place to live, and firefighters and restaurant workers. And so that's what we have a number of sessions here on housing. We had a discussion in our board meeting yesterday on housing, and making sure that cities are looking at their zoning ordinance, looking at your regulations, making sure you're not an impediment to innovation and creativity, because that's what it's going to take to have the housing stock that we need for the present and the future. Because all over Georgia, we're behind on building a number of houses, and so now we've got to be innovative and creative and be positive so that we can meet this need.
Absolutely. So we see that here in Chatham County, that, we have a housing crunch here. We've got a lot more people and not enough housing for all of them. So it's something that you guys are dealing with it at the city level, but we're dealing with it at the county level as well.
We're blessed that Georgia is one of the fastest growing states in the country, now the 8th largest state, and over 10 million people. And economic development is doing well, but we've got to make sure there's a place for those folks to live.
Absolutely.
So, Larry, you're always talking about better together and cities united. What message out there do we have for unity? What can you say about unity?
Well, one of the things I'm very proud of is that every city in Georgia has voluntarily chosen to be a member of GMA. And they have to pay dues. There are 537 cities. And so what we do is try and bring people together and build consensus. The worst thing, whether it's a family or a church or an organization or at the General Assembly, being divided, giving mixed messages, everyone asking for something different is not a strategy for success. So part of what we do is through collaboration, is build consensus and come up with a set of specific pieces of legislation that all cities can benefit from. And that's how we build our legislative platform, and that's what we work on at the General Assembly. Because if we're divided, we give elected officials the ability to have a free pass. Like I said, we all want something different, so I can't. So that's a role that GMA plays, is to build unity, cohesiveness, We all understand we have our own unique needs, and we can work on those individually. But we should have a collective set of needs that lift up all cities, and that to me is what unity is about.
We got positive thinking, we got unity, we got togetherness. Now, with your experience in the convention and all the years that you've been involved, what do you think our city officials get out of our convention?
Well, one thing is they get the training that we provide, which most people will say is the best in the country. It's the gold standard. GMA, along with the Carl Vinson Institute of Government, the training program we have, is credentialed. It has to be vetted. It has to be approved by the university. You get certification for it, training hours, so it's real. It's not for show. It's to make you better. And that's really important. Training should be meaningful. But the other thing I think that is important is we get to interact and learn from each other. We get to learn from our struggles. We learn from the failures that some have had. We learn and share our successes. So the very fact that we're collaborating and convening and talking with one another, not just in those meeting rooms and those training sessions, but outside, in here and outside, that's part of learning from each other and taking those ideas home. And not repeating a mistake that someone else has made because you heard their story here. So I think that's a critical part of this, is convening and also realizing we are a sounding board for each other. We get to lean on each other. We can share our struggles because we know the people that are here are engaged in the same things and trying to meet the same challenges. And therefore, in some sense, it's a little therapy.
Well, you looked like you had a question.
I was going to ask about, this is essentially the largest gathering of Georgia city level election officials that exists, right?
Absolutely.
There can't be anything.
Absolutely.
And yeah, you speak really well about that, because they're not only learning from the things that other mistakes that they've made, but they're also coming together to find common solutions.
That's exactly.
Like we've talked about, housing is a problem everywhere in the state.
That's exactly.
It's not just in this city. There are pockets. They have individual challenges and stuff. But I don't know. Well, what kind of problems? What do you hear folks talking about this year? What's the talk?
Michael mentioned, housing is an issue, and it's not just more housing. It's learning how to have tools to deal with substandard housing. One of the things I talk about is if we can address blight and eliminate that and bring those up to a standard, we've essentially created new affordable housing and not have to use bulldozers to tear those things down. So that should be a piece of your portfolio when you're looking at housing. Taxation is always an issue. Georgia's economy is not uniform. We have areas of our state that are very retail-oriented. Savannah is a big tourism mecca. Others are more agricultural. Okay, so those are issues. All of the economies in the state of Georgia are not doing equally well. And some, in fact, struggle a little bit. So we have to look at how can we have the most effective taxation where people can meet their local needs. And then, of course, in the last 3 years, it's been a lot about disaster relief and how do we become more resilient? How do we rebuild in such a way to minimize future events? And how do we help these cities recover? With some of the hardest hit cities in the Southeast, Augusta, Douglas, Valdosta, Vidalia. I mean, there was an unprecedented damage from Hurricane Helene in October. And we don't need to forget about those. In fact, I was so proud a lot of our cities shared. They shared equipment, they shared personnel, they shared resources to help people. We had cities without power for a week, without water for a week. When you think about that, it was still in South Georgia summer, and in the fall. And so that too, we're looking at issues. How do we make sure FEMA continues to help make those local governments whole? Some that are still owed millions of dollars from Helene, some that have had to borrow money in order to keep operating while they're waiting on reimbursement. So those are all issues. I've been to Washington, D.C. 3 times in the last month and was in the White House twice in the last 3 weeks, meeting with leadership to make sure that we're helping them understand what things are like on the ground in Georgia. And I'm pleased to say FEMA is going to be coming here and having a meeting with the cities we know that are still owed funds and still need assistance. And that's part of what we do at GMA, is help bring that to light, help particularly our smaller cities who don't have all those resources, don't have a lot of professional staff, We need to be the mechanism that can help them get access.
We're no stranger to that natural disaster space. We get to do that here in Chatham County, and we spent 67 days activated last year for 3 storms in a row. So we know how those cities feel.
And it's interesting is like a lot of those cities had never dealt with that.
No, that's it.
That's horrifying.
Our town is Valdosta. It was created in 1860. I was city manager there 22 years before coming to GMA 8 years ago. A hurricane had never touched Valdosta in its history since 1860. They've had 3 in 3 years, including a direct hit last year. The only city in Georgia that was hit while Helene was still a Category 4.
Right.
So things are changing.
Yes.
And so we have to change and help prepare and adapt and lift up our cities who are struggling with those kind of change.
I can remember a time when I first started at the county here, and we were boasting that it had been 37 years since we've been hit by a hurricane. Right. We can't say that. We've activated every year of the 9 years that I've been here.
Careful.
I know.
There's no wood to knock on.
I know. Started, so we're going to be optimistic. We're going to stay positive.
Yes.
We can be activated and still not have a storm, so that's okay. I mean, I fully expect that.
That's true.
But in the last minutes that we have here, what else do you want people to know about GMA or this conference?
Well, I want people to know GMA is an organization that exists to serve our members. That's our sole purpose, to help them be better, do better, learn more, and take those things home to better serve their citizens. At the end of the day, we're all serving the same people. Whether we're in the state legislature, whether we're in the county government, whether we're in the city government, we're serving people. And we should find ways to build consensus and make sure we always remember that. We're not serving ourselves, okay? We're serving the citizens who elected us, and we have great responsibility to manage their tax money in a way that lifts all boats. And GMA can be that conduit to help you get training, to help you collaborate with other officials, to help you get access to state and federal officials, many of whom will be here, and get access to vendors and services that you could often never get to come and visit you in your community. So we do all of that. We touch a lot of bases, and I'm very proud of that. And let me just say this, we have an incredibly talented team at GMA. Just planning an event of this magnitude is a huge undertaking. But providing these services, we have consultants that live all over Georgia where they're boots on the ground to go to our cities and help them in a time of need. That's what we see is not just our goal, but our responsibility.
That's amazing to me. I mean, it truly is amazing that you guys can do that. And there's 537
cities
that you do it for. That's absolutely amazing. Michael?
So as we see all these wonderful folks milling around with the vendors, makes me think that all the internal opportunity that we have for leadership, what do you say to folks that ask you how they can get involved in GMA?
Well, in recent years, we've added a number of committees because what we do find our members are hungry to get more involved, and also giving them leadership roles here helps them make them better leaders at home. So we have a board of directors that has 63 members on it. I have 63 bosses. I don't know what I was thinking about. We have a legislative policy council that helps us determine what we're going to advocate for at the Capitol. And during the session, they meet every Monday morning at 8:30 for an hour for us to tell them what we think is going to go on that week and get their feedback. There are about 50 members on that. But we have a municipal training board that helps us identify and plan and prepare what the training programs are going to be. These are all elected officials. We have multiple other committees and boards that they can serve on, because really what we want is member engagement. Look, the best thing we can do is listen to our members and make sure the things we're providing are what they need. And that's the best way to do it, is by having a lot of committees, giving people a seat at the table. And then it also helps us identify who are our best and brightest so that we can get them in line, like to be a future GMA president, get them in that chain of command to be ultimate leaders within GMA. And so it's sort of a proving ground when you're put on a committee and that type of thing, just to see how you're going to push it.
I know they really appreciate it when they get to talk to you about those things and when they get pointed to the different opportunities that we have. So
absolutely.
I know we've got excited members, and this is going to be the best conference ever.
I don't think there's been a time in my career I've had more people say, hey, how do I get on the board? How can I get on the Legislative Policy Council? And while that's a challenge, like I have to go and we have a nominating committee, and the number of names on that for the number of slots we have, but then I tell myself, this is really a beautiful thing that people want to serve. And one reason they do is they feel the energy, they feel the enthusiasm. People want to be a part of something positive. People don't want to jump on the Titanic when it's sinking. They want to jump on things that are rising. So I always tell myself, that's positivity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. Any last questions before we totally wrap up this?
Mika.
All right.
It's great to be with you both again.
Yes.
You too, Michael. I always enjoy this. I look forward to it. We appreciate your willingness to do it, and I know you're going to talk with a number of other people, and it's a great experience, and our members enjoy that as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much. And now we are looking for Ashley. I know she's out there somewhere. I think she's at Ram Candy.
Okay, sorry, you're okay.
All right, Georgia Cities. I am Ashley Bailey here live in the hall. We've got so many amazing vendors here for today, and we are here with David with Rakami. David, thank you for being here. So tell us.
It's my pleasure.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, where you want me to start? Because there's so much to tell.
Okay. Well, let us know. Cities need to know.
Hey, well, we started in a complex environment. Then we said ourselves, okay, let's see what we can do for the counties of Georgia. So we have so many different services that tell the story about Rakami.
Okay.
We can do the printing, we can do the payment management, we can do customer communication, we can do the archiving. There's so much to tell about what we could do. I can't even tell you guys in 5 minutes. But I'm going to tell you a little bit of what we can do and where we are now. We have several counties in the state of Georgia right now. We have Chatham, Newton, Liberty County, we have Rockdale County, and some of those are very big counties with high population. And they trusted us to come in and plant our system within their environment. So we're doing a good job so far, and we will continue to do that.
Nice. And as far as some of the services, can you tell us, break it down a little bit? Is it payment? I was looking back here. You said print and mail services, payment services?
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Payment services is when we go into the county office, especially the tax commissioner's office, and we implement our system so that they can receive payments from the taxpayers.
Okay.
For cities, we do the same. For utility bills and so forth, we do the printing, and we also do the payment as well.
Okay. Awesome. And as far as, being here, having all of these cities in the building, coming to your booth, what is it about being here at the GMA annual convention that you're excited about?
Well, you said the key word. I'm excited because I like to meet people.
Okay.
And I want people in our system.
Awesome.
That's the ultimate goal of Rakami, to capture Georgia in our system.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here first. Rakami, come see them. They are in Aisle 800, by the way. So if you're down here wanting to find some services, Rakami is your place.
Come see me.
He's a hoot. Y'all love him.
Come on.
All right. We're next to one. Oh, I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure I was good on time. Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Oh, y'all gonna have me sit in the chair?
Oh, if you want to.
No. In the chair? No, I'm gonna stand up.
Stand up?
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm gonna be. No, you want him on this side? Okay. All right. Okay, so we are here, live at the hall again, with Jalen with CPS, Comprehensive Program Services.
That's right.
All right, so tell us a little bit about CPS.
Yeah, so we're a hands-on program management firm. So we help cities and counties with their programs. So programs from, buildings. Most of our work is municipal work. We do have an aviation side at Hartsville-Jackson as well. But we do, things from parks, city halls, and things like that. So we're excited.
Cities that you could shout out that you've worked with?
Yes, of course. Yeah. So City of Noonan, we've worked with for a long time. City of Douglasville, I'm actively working with them right now. Glenn County is a county, obviously, but a lot of cities that we appreciate for sure. City of Dunwoody is another one that I've worked with. So we're excited to kind of meet people and be out here again today.
A lot of good projects for cities to look at.
That's
for
right.
your
That's right.
Portfolio. And then, of course, being here in the atmosphere for the annual convention. I'm sure this is not the first time you guys have been here. But
It's not. Yeah, I think we've been here for a while. And honestly, this is actually my first time at the GMA.
Welcome.
So it's exciting. I'm excited to kind of meet people, see different cities, and meet different people. It's kind of cool. So I'm excited about that.
So GA cities, come down
That's
to
right.
the CPS
See
booth,
us.
come meet Jalen.
That's right.
All
Come see us. Thank y'all.
Back to the booth. Oh, we're going to head over. Okay. Thank you, Jalen. It's great. There, I don't know. Can I take those? Is that a cup? She said, we fixed it. Okay. All right.
Matt,
Hi, Matt. So we are here with Matt with H2O Innovations. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. So tell us a little bit about H2O
A
Innovations.
little bit about us. We do contract operation maintenance of water, wastewater, and public works systems. And we are also a technology integrator, heavily membrane focused. A lot of membrane bioreactors, ultrafiltration, reverse osmosis systems. So we can package all that together, and we can fund projects to supply equipment to communities and municipalities.
Nice. Now, have you worked with any cities throughout the state of Georgia?
In Georgia, we do the city of Canton, their water and wastewater, and the city of Forsyth, Monroe County, and I'll have to get Craig to give you the exact details of that. You might have to edit this a little bit to get it straightened out. But yeah, we have a couple of municipal projects in Georgia and a couple of private systems in Georgia as well.
Awesome.
A large community decentralized system southwest of Atlanta, and then we have a water reuse system in Atlanta that we designed, built, own, operate, and maintain at Piedmont Hospital in downtown Atlanta.
Wow, good to know.
Yeah, that was a cool project. It's only a video. This is one of them here, but we're actually extracting the wastewater leaving a college campus or a hospital or a industrial manufacturer, reclaiming that water in a system that we built on site, and then using that reuse water for cooling towers and boilers and the utility plant. So that's kind of one of our new divisions of the company that does that type of work.
Awesome. And then as far as being here, is it your first time at the convention?
This is my third time here, but I think we as a company have been coming for many years.
Okay. Well, glad to have you back, and look forward to connecting you with cities across the state.
Absolutely.
Thank you for talking to us today.
Welcome. Thanks for coming by.
All right.
Have a good weekend. Have a good show.
You too. All right, we're going to head over to UKG for government. Hi, how are you guys?
Fantastic.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to annual convention. So tell us a little bit about UKG.
Yeah, well, UKG is really, our purpose is people. So when you think about local governments, most city managers or county administrators I speak with, or maybe even the mayors, their primary platform is that they want clean parks and rec, they want safe police presence, they want good job opportunity, and great business commerce. And you can't have any of that without people. So our systems are designed to have that connection and create the fabric between people and the services that the tax constituents are expecting.
Love it. Love it.
We're the second largest human capital management provider in the world.
Okay.
We have about 80,000 customers.
Oh, wow.
So we look forward
Any
to
customers in Georgia? Any Georgia cities?
Georgia Department of Corrections, Fulton County Schools, lots of cities and counties and school systems in higher ed.
Awesome. And this is the first time at GMA Annual Convention, or you?
I think this is our first time at this conference. Yeah.
Welcome. Glad to have you here. Awesome. So, GA Cities, come take a look. All right, we're going to kick it back to you, Catherine, in the studio.
Thanks so much. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. I know, you did awesome. Yay. All right.
And we're back here on set at Live in the Hall. I'm Catherine Glaspie. Welcome to the GMA conference for 2025, where we're talking about positive leadership. And I've now got Noah Rainitz from GMA here, and you've brought a couple of guests along, and we're going to talk about...
We're going to be talking about how the policy committee meetings went down. So I'm sitting here with State Senator Randy Robertson and State Representative Yasmin Neal. Senator, Representative, y'all just finished up a panel session on our policy committee meetings, public safety, and revenue and finance. Would y'all mind kind of sharing with us what you guys talked about, what was interesting, what went on in those conversations?
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much for having us here. Thank you so much to GMA TV. So as far as for us,
we talk all things taxes and money. And so, as you know, things got kind of spicy when it comes to a lot of the bills and to revenue this past session. And so we did have a lot of questions around how opting in works, how opting out works, what the options are, what that looks like, and what the possibilities look like for the future as far as making adjustments. So a lot of our questions centered around 581, House Bill 92, and what we can do in the future to make it palpable for everyone.
That floating homestead is such a powerful tool. Then understanding it and having those conversations and with your constituents and with the state legislature, we need to have more of those conversations going on. So I can imagine that was a good panel.
Absolutely.
Public safety? What were we talking about in there, Senator?
Not nearly as exciting as taxation and revenue, but we were basically talking about gang violence and partnerships that the state can develop with local communities to address the issues we have, not only with the gangs, but juvenile delinquency from the early stages. How do we partner up with our schools? How do we put responsibility back on parents to do what the parental responsibilities that lay there? We talked about a little bit of everything as it surrounded the youth in our community, and sadly, the tens of thousands of young men and women that are members of gangs here in Georgia, and what we need to do to address that.
From those conversations you had with the city officials, do you believe that cities across the state have the tools that they need to equip to solve some of those issues, or is the state going to need to intervene as well to help?
Well, I absolutely believe the cities already have those tools. I think there's a fear of engagement sometimes. There's a fear of telling that business owner that may be opening a business that is not a positive business for a particular neighborhood or particular community. Our city councilors have to have the courage to step up and say, you know what, that doesn't fit into the district that I represent or the part of the city that I represent, so I don't want that vape shop there, or I don't want that adult entertainment business there, or I don't want that liquor store there. And so what we hope to do is the state to put rules in place to empower cities and local communities to make those tough decisions, because children growing up need to grow up in a healthy community where they walk out each and every morning into a beautiful neighborhood that they feel safe in, that they go to school in, and that they can grow up in and be productive.
Absolutely. I think when we think about public safety, you know, we got to have a conversation. All right, well, it's an expensive expenditure, right? So we need to derive those revenues.
Right.
Your district, you know, you're talking about sales taxes. You represent part of the world's busiest airport in the world. A lot of sales tax revenue, a lot of business revenue. What about some of these new sales taxes that the General Assembly has put out there? You know, obviously we have T-SPLOS and LOS, but now we have FLOS. That was a part of the conversation. Tell me about kind of how that functions.
I'm not really sure how that will function when it comes to Clayton. We have a lot of moving parts that we're dealing with right now, and many people know about our fight that we've had. I won't call it a fight, that's too aggressive, too abrasive. Our challenges we've had with the airport and trying to recover revenues and things of that nature. So it's still an ongoing conversation because when anything happens to include public safety, you name it, they come to our jails, they go through our courts. And so those are going to be things we're going to have to continuously have a conversation about. And then we have some issues in spaces of budgeting and our budget, what that looks like in Clayton County opted out. And so there are a lot of things that we have to assess for ourselves. We're actually going through audits as we speak to make an assessment of where we are and where we can benefit when it comes to the different sales tax options.
Absolutely. So kind of stepping away from today's panel discussions, kind of tell us, what are some of your priorities? It's the off season now. We're in the middle of a biennial. What are you looking at? What do you think the House is going to be looking at as we prepare for the 2026 session?
So unfortunately, it's an election year, and so we're going to have some spicy bills coming. That's going to heat us to have some hefty debates. But when it comes to me personally, I'm going to be still working on initiatives such as my housing supply bill that will give a tax credit to builders that build homes under a certain amount to encourage the ability for people to own homes who make less than $100,000. My belief is that you don't have to be a millionaire to have a quality home that is decent and that is new and modern.
Outside of that, I have another initiative that I'm working on related to giving small businesses startup funds for their businesses with no collateral.
Wow.
So I have a number of projects I'm working on, and also too, let's see if I want to lead into more of my law enforcement bills to include de-escalation bill that has passed the House, and it's in them rules. And I have another bill, the traffic signature bill, that is still sitting in the Senate. And so I have a lot of pieces that are still going, and I would love to see if I can push it through and get friends like my friend Senator Robertson over there to help me get some stuff out of the Senate, because we've always done great work together, and especially being on both sides of the aisle, we do really, really good work together. So I just want to continue those relationships and getting good bills across the finish line.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're ready to pick up right where we left off, legislative day one.
Yes.
Senator, coming over to you, you know, the majority whip in the state Senate. You've had some new leadership as of late. A lot of politics going on in the Senate right now. A lot of people running for different offices. Kind of talk about what are some priorities you have that you're looking at, and what do you think is going to be the chamber as a whole? What do you think you guys are going to be looking to work on?
Well, we're going to continue looking at lowering the Georgia sales state income tax.
Yeah.
We're going to keep pushing that down. And I think our partners in the House have the same goals we do.
Yeah.
And to keep sending money back
to the
taxpayers.
Sir.
But something that Representative Neal talked about, public safety is always going to be my priority. Affordable housing is public safety. Allowing people to come in and establish healthy businesses is public safety. All of this impacts the safety of the community. When we have a flourishing community, we have a safe community. And so those are the things I want to look at. We do have some legislation left over from last year. Controversial stuff. Schools on speed cameras, we're going to keep fighting that monster while we're over there. But one thing we're going to be able to do that impacts what you and your team do up there is we're going to continue working close with local governments to provide what they need. Because everything that goes on in D.C. does not necessarily impact what we're doing at the local level. But all the energy that we have in Atlanta comes from local government. And so we're going to keep working hard with your team. And I pride myself on saying I'm not a politician, so that I do not let politics influence what I have to do up there. We do have some leadership changes. The best article I read, it announced the 2 new leaders, and it said, but the Senate does maintain continuity by keeping Senator Randy Robertson as the majority whip. So I'm hoping to keep that continuity going in the relationship we have with the House.
Well, and I think you can continue to do that.
And I want to jump into even pairing some of the things we just talked about and just give a real life example. So, for example, in my county and other counties across this state, we have law enforcement entities to include other people in emergency services living in rooming houses. And they make $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, but there is no housing supply for them to purchase. And so, especially those of us that are working in law enforcement, you deserve to be able to have a decent home that you can afford at your salary. So that's how you can see how law enforcement, some of the things that we do with housing, can partner to make sure we take care of those people that are taking care of us.
Those first responders, nurses, firemen, police officers, having those individuals live in your community is essential. It helps improve the service. It helps improve the visibility. So that's absolutely something that's going to address that housing. It's going to help that service delivery itself. Last question kind of here from me. What advice would you all have to the city officials that are here, that are interested in these advocacy conversations? What advice would you have to them about how to champion on an issue, how to influence, you or maybe another senator on a bill? What advice would you have?
Don't wait until September to start pushing your message out.
Yes.
The message has to come out now. Because around November and December, myself and Representative Neal are going to be swimming in deep water of everybody pushing their agenda. GMA does an incredible job. You have a great team at the Capitol that keeps us up to date and ahead. But do not procrastinate on what your priorities are, and don't have your feelings hurt when we say that's a local issue or when we say that's a state issue.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I think just don't be afraid to just say what you need, say what you feel, whether you agree with what we're doing or you disagree. You see people that represent your city at the Capitol doing something you don't want, say something. So often we keep having scenarios, especially when the bills go back and forth and they've seen changes and like they don't want to say anything. No, you even though you're an elected official or you work for your county or what have you, you are still a citizen of this state. So you have the right to hold people accountable and get them to do what you need them to do for the betterment of your community. And if they don't do it, vote them out.
Absolutely. Well, I want to thank you both so much for panels today, for being a part of this discussion. We really appreciate it. We appreciate y'all's work. So thank you so much. Turn it back over.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much. I didn't have to do anything except just sit here. But it was a fascinating conversation. So I just want to say thank you both so much for everything that you do, both in your law enforcement careers. I think you're both retired now, and in your political careers. It means a lot to us here. So we are actually going to go back out to Ashley. She is at Georgia Fund 1 Prime. So Ashley, where are you?
All right, so I am here with Stephen from Georgia Fund 1 Prime. Stephen, welcome to GMA Annual Convention.
Yes, thank you, Ashley. We're excited to be here.
Good. So tell us a little bit about you all's program and organization.
Yeah, so we are Georgia Fund 1 Prime. We are the new what's called a local government investment pool that is sponsored by the state Office of the State Treasurer. And what we're designed to do is short-term investments. So if any of the entities here would like to put their money in a safe place that is liquid, we are available. And would be really excited to have a conversation with you.
Awesome. Okay. And as far as annual convention, is this your first time or is this you all's first time coming?
Yeah, so this is actually my first time here at the big GMA.
Okay.
We actually exhibited last year as well, so we're excited to be back and can't wait to have a great conference this year.
Awesome. And so GACDs, if you're around in the municipal marketplace and want to find them, definitely come stop by their booth. Do you want to share information about how cities can find you guys by any chance?
Yes, so please check us out on our website. It's georgiaprime.com. And also, please stop by our booth. We're at 912 here. And we'll be around, so please come and say hi.
All right. Come say hi to him, everybody. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Ash.
All right. We're going to head over to the next one. We are here with Ajax. Ajax is going to talk to us. Oh, sorry. Okay. All right. We'll head over. Our Sprinter van here. Hello.
Well, I get a copy of this. You have a car?
Oh, we can? Yeah. So we'll head over. You want to head over and show? Okay. And we're here with Jack. Jack is going to tell us about Sprinter and what they offer for Georgia cities.
Hi, I'm Jack, Mercedes Atlanta Northeast. We are on the state contract as the large van supplier. We have everything from cargo vans, crew vans, and passenger vans. This van that we have here is our 170 extended, 533 cubic feet of space, $56,000 for anyone that can buy off the state of Georgia contract.
Nice. And are you guys currently working with any Georgia cities?
We are just getting started on the 16th is when this contract started. So calls have come in, haven't sent any out yet.
Okay. And
we're very excited.
That's good. So as far as annual conventions, is you all's first time here?
This is our second time. Okay. If you look at our marketing, it's actually from last year.
Oh, wow.
The contract took forever to award, so there's been a lot of pent-up demand, and we're very excited about getting started.
All right. Well, Georgia cities, you've heard it here. Come visit Sprinter, and if they need more information about how to locate or find you guys,
we're the only large van dealer on the state contract. I'm Sprinter Jack. All I do is Sprinters, commercial business. Mercedes Atlanta Northeast is our dealership.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Jack. We appreciate
My pleasure.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. We're going to head back over to Ajax. Let's see if we can get Luke here. Okay. Sorry. Hi, Luke. How are you?
How are you? Good
Thank you for coming. Ajax. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Ajax and the services that you guys provide to Georgia cities.
So Ajax is a true construction manager and risk contractor, which means we're a partner to the city. We're not doing a lot of low bid stuff. It's all about quality. We've got over I want to say it's around 300 employees that cover Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Alabama. And we've got our beautiful projects behind us. So we'll do anything from city halls to small projects to big projects. I think the biggest one we've got right now is 250 million, and the smallest is 40,000. So
So a good
we're really focused on
city sizes. Okay.
really focused on the partnership aspect.
Wonderful. Any Georgia cities that you guys have worked with so far? Looking to build that.
Oh gosh, you're putting me on the spot. So Fulton County,
Okay.
DeKalb County, Cherokee County, some work in Glenn County,
Okay.
and I don't know. Those are a couple
You've got a
examples.
few. Yeah, those are some good examples there. And as far as annual conventions, you guys first time or your first time? At
No, this is not my first time. I think I'm a like a 4 or 5 time vet at this
Veteran
point.
at this point.
Yeah,
Awesome.
And we do you know a little bit of we do a happy hour at the one in Athens.
Okay.
It's a little smaller during spring break.
Okay.
And then this one we just love being here. So
Awesome. Well, we are thankful that you're here. So Georgia Cities, come visit Ajax. Thanks
Yep.
again.
Thanks for having me.
All right. We'll head over to G.LTAP. I really have some services here. Ebony with G. Hi, Ebony. How are you? Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. I'm interrupting Nell's conversation. Sorry. Go ahead, Ashley. Ebony, so glad to have you here. Thank you. So tell us a little bit about your program and what you guys offer for cities.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. LTAP stands for Local Technical Assistance Program, and some would say, what does that mean?
Right.
That is a free training resource available to our local cities and counties. Our trainers will come to you. There are things that have happened around the state that have created a need for some of the things we offer: trenching and excavation, flagger certification, work zone traffic control, chainsaw safety. And our trainers will come to you with 10 people in your local vicinity. So we are looking out for our small cities, our big cities, all over the state
All
of
cities matter.
Georgia. So please reach out to us at LTAP. It is under G.dot. I cannot be on here telling you anything that's not true. So
We appreciate that.
thank you for this opportunity to talk about this wonderful program.
Thank you. And is this your first time here?
It's my second time.
Okay.
My second time. So
Awesome.
these are some of the trainers. I don't know if you can see them that we offer.
Okay, awesome. Georgia Cities, come check out Ebony here at the GTAP and Chris with APWA. Hi, Chris. Oh, you're Chris. Okay, excuse me. Welcome. I'm Ashley. with
Thank you,
GTAP.
Ashley. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. So tell us a little bit.
So we're the Georgia chapter of American Public Works Association.
Okay.
So the Georgia chapter is part of a larger organization, being the National American Public Works Association. So in that, we are a group that focuses, it's member-driven, so it's members of public works industry that all come together, and we are focused on the advocacy and education for people in the public works industry.
Love it.
Public works is often made up of a multitude of different services and a multitude of different technical capabilities, and no two public works are the same. So as an organization, we come in and we work on that education side and the training side, and then of course just being able to commingle and be able to build relationships with people in the industry as well that we can then rely on, get information on from and share and those type of things.
Love it. So that's a great connector for
It is
Georgia
a
Cities.
fantastic, it really, every city, every municipality has some version of public works.
Right.
It's not always the same. And like I said, most of the time it's not the same.
Yeah.
We're not like police and fire because everybody pretty well knows the similarities that they do.
Right.
Public works may have, some of them have a water department, some don't. Some may manage cemeteries, parks, airports, some don't. And so with that, there's a lot of variety that happens. And so therefore, there's a lot of training that's needed. And that also helps just build relationships and network with other people that are in the industry and allows all of that to to really just kind of be cohesive for a statewide perspective.
Wonderful, wonderful. And if Georgia cities are interested in having their public works or just to learn more about you guys and the services that you offer, how can they get in contact with you guys?
The easiest, this most simplistic way is just, Google Georgia chapter ABWA. That'll take us to our website, and we have a list of information. Our structure is we drive down to the local level as much as possible, and so we have a statewide structure that goes to a district structure that then goes to a branch structure.
Okay.
So we get that connection on that local level.
Okay.
And so that's really what we drive for. But go to the website. It's the easiest way to make that contact.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. AD Pro is who we're going to see next. Let's take a walk. And as you guys can see, it's so many vendors out here, so it's a variety for everyone. No matter what you're looking for, the city's small, large, medium size, we've got everything. And so just following to our next booth. Okay, AG Pro. Oh, wow, we've got tractors here. Hi, Jonathan. Hello. Welcome to annual convention.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here. So tell us a little bit about you guys and services that you offer, obviously.
So yes, Ag Pro, we're a John Deere dealer. We've got more than 84 locations throughout the Southeast area. I'm stationed out of Conyers, Georgia, and I handle all of basically Georgia municipality and state contracts for the state.
Wonderful.
But we can handle anything from big tractors and combines down to the lawnmower, weed eater, and steel. So full service, full line, parts, service, and sales, we do it all.
All of it. Okay. Are there any cities in particular that you've worked with in the past in the state, or?
Oh, absolutely. I do this every day. But I've got to say, I got to give a shout out to the city of Atlanta because they are my biggest customer.
All right.
And they believe in the John Deere equipment because it's, we're going to be there to stand behind it. So
love it.
It's a beautiful thing.
Now, is this your first time at the GMA?
This is our first time at the GMA show, so it's definitely good to be here.
Well, it's good. Like I said,
looks like we've been missing out. So
yeah, I was like, this is where the party is.
Yeah,
so many
we'll
things
be back.
happening.
We'll be back.
We would love to have you back.
Yes, absolutely. Make sure you pick up some Ag Pro swag, and if you need anything in the area, my name is Jonathan Malone. I'm out of the metro Atlanta area, but any help anywhere through our company, we can help you.
Love it. Love it. All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Okay, we're going to head to the Georgia State Firefighters Association. Public safety, we're always representing and giving them love as well. All right. Hi, Mike. Nice to meet you. I'm Ashley Bailey here with GMA. So we're glad to have you guys here.
We're excited to be here.
Yeah, so tell us a little bit about the association.
Okay, we're the Georgia State Firefighters Association, and in Georgia, we're the largest and the oldest association of all the fire services. And we're actually also the only lobbying fire service association in Georgia. And what we do is we support the Georgia Fire Service, not just by lobbying for state law, but we provide a lot of cool services, like we have scholarships, we have a lot of duty death benefit. We have educational. We do a conference every year that we're actually going to be doing our big conference coming up this year in September on campus of Georgia Public Safety Training Center for SIDE. So we offer a lot of educational opportunities for the service, but our big thing is we're here to support them. And we're all firefighters as well. I'm actually the fire chief of Spalding County. It's a county, so I'm not going to tell them that. Can I say that on GMA? Okay. But my counterpart here is the deputy chief of City of Thomasville.
Okay.
We're excited. But we're excited to be here. We're trying to get everybody to understand why it's so important to get their fire department to be members.
Very much so.
So it's really inexpensive. It's $25 per year for a person, and they get a lot out of it.
Nice. And about how many cities do you know right off the bat? How many you have already?
I can't tell you cities, but I can tell you we have over 4,000 members.
Okay.
And that's not enough. We want more.
Yes, we always need more. More education.
And we work very closely with another association, which is the Georgia Association of Fire Chiefs, and they're here too, so you need to visit their tape.
Okay, we'll have to find them and check them out.
Please do.
And is this your first year at the annual convention?
It's my first year here, but the association's been here for many years. I'm currently the president.
Okay.
So that's why I've only been president a year and a half, so that's why it's my first time here.
Nice. Well, glad to have you here. Great. I see some of your photos where you guys were at the Capitol for Appreciation Day. So just out doing some great things. We're glad to see you guys here.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. And so we are headed to Fall restoration. It's a full circle restoration. I'm so sorry. I didn't see the wording for that.
My writing is.
It's okay. Hi, Ashley Bailey here with GMA. Good, good. So tell us a little bit about your organization, your program here.
Well, first of all, thank you for coming by. I'm the CEO and founder of Full Circle Restoration.
Okay.
And this is my 38th year in the business.
Oh, wow.
Disaster recovery, and we're a company that helps municipalities when they either have a fire, a water, a mold, any kind of area-wide disasters,
tornadoes, yes.
or they're needing to have their businesses stable. We are part of the Cotton Companies, which is a global disaster recovery company.
Okay.
And so one of the things we do is we're in most of municipalities and work with the GMA, or we're in the university system.
Okay.
Part of the university system is Georgia Tech, and MFUs, Kennesaw State, any of their issues that they have. And then thirdly, we're also in the hospitals with Grady Hospital and Wellstars and Northside and things like that. Anytime they have those kinds of situations, we're like an emergency service in the hospital, where they're needing disaster recovery.
Yeah.
And so, we're here to support the association. We're honored to be here.
Thank you.
And we're here to help your constituents. So thank you for coming.
Very important too.
Thank you.
We've had a lot of natural disasters here in Georgia recently, so it's good to know that you guys are here for support as well.
Yeah, we're organically grown in Duluth, Georgia, and it's been a great ride so far. So we're here to serve. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
All right, back to you in the studio, Catherine.
Are we good?
I don't even know what
We are back live on the set from Live in the Hall. Welcome back to the GMA conference, the 92nd one, Catherine. 92 of them this year.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, now I've figured out how to work a microphone, so that's good news.
It's a really critical part of broadcasting live, because otherwise it's just,
Well, I wanted it to be a challenge for the people out there that are watching us to figure out what I was saying. So
communication skills.
You think I would be a professional communicator? You think? You think? But all right, no, we are here, and we have got some great guests.
We got guests.
So we've got Mr. Freddie Room, and we've got Mr. Pete Brzezinski. I knew I was going to mess it up. I'm sorry. You guys are with GMA. You're with Member Services, both of you. And tell us what we're going to talk about here.
Okay. Well, thanks. Appreciate you having us. And this is such a special time when we talk about member services. We are in the field, and I represent Northeast and Northwest Georgia, 92 cities. So throughout the year, we'll train, we'll teach, we'll facilitate, and we interact with cities. And now we get the chance to come together at a convention and hear about their year, talk about what they learned, what they experienced. But it is a great time to put everything together as a collective, city government experience. And what we do, member service, is so important to our member cities. It's just great to see all the results once a year.
Yeah. And so I'm part of Member Service Consultant team too, but I don't really have a district. So I actually represent and serve the whole state of Georgia. And so in my role, what I like to talk about is really getting people to understand the importance of why we're this pin. It's called Be Kind. And that's what we're doing with a lot of the work we're doing now, is just find a way to get people to understand that we can bring more kindness to the workplace. We can produce a more kind environment, a more productive environment. And again, it is really thriving our communities and making it workplaces where people want to work, they want to live, they want to play, because now we have that mindset that kindness really matters.
And I think it was either last year or the year before when you were here and you were on the show, we were talking about like a civility pledge that you guys were doing. And coming from the county side, I hadn't seen that. I'm sure that my organization has done something similar, but it was really interesting to me that you were asking these cities to say, hey, this is how you should act towards each other, and we want you to actually put your signature on it and say you're going to do it. How did that program go?
It's going well. Right now we have 147 cities and organizations that are part of our civility program. And so one of the pillars of our civility program is Be Kind.
Right.
And so now what we're doing is that we put the program out there. It's been out there now for several years. So now we're starting to pick different pillars to focus on. And this year is the year of kindness.
That's awesome. So tell us what else is going on. And you said Northeast Georgia, Northwest Georgia. What are you hearing from your cities? What are their concerns?
Well, coming off the legislative session, obviously that's a big time for cities to understand what's happening coming out of the state government, and then how it's going to affect them or the counties. And again, they're putting that into practice, whether their budgets are finishing up or talking about taxes or certain things that are they have to be mandated to do. So that is probably a lot of discussions that you'll see. Some of the training ramps them up for that during the convention, but mostly is again trying to take a deep breath at the end of the year. And I think, Freddie said it best. There's a lot of volatility in local governments and everywhere we turn. But if we can make it better and help local governments, cities, and city leaders to get there, to understand the facts and what's happening legislatively or what's happening locally, then I think it helps them and helps them make good decisions for their constituents and be, an effective government. And we've both been in local government for many, many years, and I think that's the greatest reward that we have.
What I find so interesting about both of your positions, like yourself with the entire state, you're visiting cities from all over with you with the Northeast. It's you're going out there and you're seeing those folks, but do you find that they have similar problems regionally, similar issues that they're bringing up? And what is that like to kind of connect those dots for?
So for me, yes, everyone's having some of the similar problems. And so one is getting them to first identify that the problems do exist. And so one thing that I actually focus on is not just getting them to understand problems exist, but what is the way that they can control the problems that do exist. So it's not about reacting to the problems, but at identifying them and knowing how to respond to the problems. And when you respond to the problems, you're more aware of how to address them and take ownership of what can you do to make your organizations better and your communities better. And so as Pete mentioned, that we're doing a lot of training, and that's some of the training that we're doing is getting them to understand the importance of how you show up and influences how others show up. We can get people to show up with a mindset of service and being more compassionate as leaders, then we can build stronger, more thriving communities.
I think some of the other things we connect the dots, smaller cities aren't impacted the same way large cities are, or medium-sized cities don't really understand, about small government dynamics. So what we're able to do is actually intercede a little bit and focus on small cities, but large cities have, complexities different. So we'll be able to tailor at least our services to each of them to make sure that they're supported whatever way we can.
And then once you get to the conference, all of those dots are put together in the same place. What's it like being here? What's it like seeing all the folks that you work with all in the same room?
Yeah, I think it's special. When you talk about once a year and you look around the dynamics of not only the classes, but what's happening for cities in Georgia, small, medium, large, all coming together either with their families, values, their council or governments, managers. They all collectively, they kind of understand and say, let's take a deep breath and look at what we've done this past year, but then again, look at what we have as a resource with GMA. And I think that's the greatest thing for our cities and how we can impact them as local officials.
And I think too, as a person who comes to a conference and you're attending, those classes are super important. Connecting those dots that you guys are helping to connect are important. But sometimes it's just vital to be able to find someone else at that conference that's got the same problem that you've got. And you may not have a solution from that conversation, but you go, oh, gee, I'm not alone. I think that's one of the things I like the best about conferences is going, okay, I come from a relatively big county, but someone in a smaller county has the same problem, and somebody in a big county or a medium-sized county has the same problem. May not be exactly the same, but you can take some nuggets away And if you were talking to the people that are here today, what would you ask them to do while they're here at this conference?
We usually do that. We tell them to meet someone who didn't know. And that's why a lot of times when we talk about training on the member service consultants, we don't look at ourselves as trainers, look at ourselves as facilitators, because we bring everyone together. We want to facilitate the conversations that they're having. And so we try to take that same mindset that we're doing in the classroom to, like, even today at the marketplace that we're walking around, we're trying to facilitate people getting together to have a conversation so they can continue to talk, learn for each other.
That's beautiful work, guys. I love that. And I don't know, have you guys been to any individual sessions here today this week so far? Anything that's impressed you at this point in the conference?
Yeah, actually, I attended Freddie's class today just to see some of the topics, and we'll do that throughout the convention. And our classes start on Sunday and actually finish up on Tuesday. So we all have different classes that we teach, but I would encourage, the members to ask the questions because they're not alone. I think Freddie said it best to go ahead and interact and learn from someone that maybe they never met because others are going through what they're going through. And again, there's no simple formula that we have. It's just collectively we could do this at one training event. But all the classes, we're fully engaged with the members and the attendees, and the takeaways, I think, are really special.
Well, thank you guys for being here today. I know you weren't exactly expecting to be on the show with us today, but thank you for jumping in and helping us out. We're going to go out to the floor. We got to go meet another vendor. It's VC3. So, Ashley, I know you're out there with.
All right. Here with Mark from VC3. Thank you for having us. Well, thank you for being here. So tell us a little bit about VC3 and the services you guys provide for cities.
Well, we're an IT provider. We do managed services, and we're currently serving 90 cities.
Oh, wow.
In Georgia.
Okay.
We're really grateful for this GMA relationship we have. GMA is an incredible organization. I worked for VC3, but prior to this, I actually worked in the Tennessee Municipal League. So I come from this league world.
Okay.
And I have to say, GMA is the gold standard. The services that they provide, this is an incredible show. There's a large crowd in here. We're having a great time, and we love serving Georgia cities through GMA.
Love it. So how can cities connect with you guys for services?
Reach out to us. Give us a chance. We serve cities of all sizes. We can take care of your IT needs top to bottom. So there's no need that's too small, too big for us. Reach out to us at our website. Use the phone number. We would love to have a meeting with you and talk about what you need in our city.
Love it, love it. Thank you so much.
I just want a quick shout out there to some of my cities. Decatur, Valdosta, Warner Robins. The people have been so good to me. I'm new to VC3. I'm new to the state of Georgia, but everybody has been so warm, so kind, and I'm privileged to have this opportunity to work with the people.
Love it. VC3, they're right here. Come visit them. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're going to head over to Alex at Playworks. Let's see what they've got going.
I bet the past. That
looks super cool. Hello. Hi, Alex. Hello, Alex. How are you?
And yourself?
Good. So thank you, first and foremost, for being here at annual convention. So Playworks, for one, it looks like it's super cool. You've got playground equipment. So tell us a little bit about your playground.
So we're the Little Tykes commercial representative, and we represent Georgia, Florida, and South Carolina.
Okay.
We've been growing our team this past year, and we do playground equipment, shades, amenities, surfacing, everything all in-house. So we're happy to sell away. And Miss Faith is one of our newest reps, but she's a pioneer in the game. She's been 13 years now, 14.
Oh, wow.
So she brings a lot of experience, as well as so do our
Love it. And as far as cities that you guys have served in Georgia, have you served any cities?
Yeah.
Well, plenty.
So Savannah Chatham Schools, ironically, is
Okay.
our biggest customer.
Nice.
Do all their schools down here. We've been able to team up with them, but small towns,
Everywhere.
big towns, honestly, it's treat them really awesome. So, and I'm only 5 years in, so I'm sure she probably has tackled everywhere in the state, but
Now, for the both of you combined, is it your first or second year? Have you been at convention a lot? Or okay. Yes. You got a tidbit for us?
This is the
Got a tidbit?
So my dad was on the City of Bowden City Council.
Okay.
And I first came to GMA at 6 weeks old.
Oh, wow. So this is like born into this.
This is such a wonderful, wonderful thing. Wow. I love it. And I even remember when people used to collect their pins on their lanyards. It was such a wonderful thing. We love GMA.
What a tradition. Yes. Thank you. And so for cities, if they want to find you guys, how come they find you?
You can go to playworks.com.
Okay.
Or you can go to littletykes.commercial.com.
Okay.
We're here every year. Always look for the balloons.
Yes.
That's going to be our new thing. But we just think of, when you think of playgrounds, think of the word play.
Okay.
And that's Playworks. That's what it is.
All right, Georgia Cities, you heard it here first. All right, thank you so much. Nice to meet you. We're going to head over to Paul at Hogan Construction. Thank you. All right, coming up on Paul, they've got a Yeti, y'all. So if you're, looking for a Yeti, Paul is who you probably need to talk to if you want to snag one. Paul, nice to meet you. Ashley here with GMA.
Nice to meet you.
So tell us a little bit about Hogan Construction and what you guys offer for GA Cities.
Yeah, so we are a full-service general contractor. We specialize in all types of city work, anything from fire stations to libraries, parks, city halls.
Okay.
We offer everything from early pre-construction budgeting. So when the project is in its very early stages, kind of just still on a napkin, we could assist with constructability reviews, costs. Everybody's concerned about cost nowadays.
Yes.
So we can help with that, make sure everything's tracking and keeping on track for what it needs to be. So that's what we really appreciate, partnering with all our local cities. We've been in Gwinnett area for 27 years and work all over the state.
Wonderful. Yeah, I was going to ask you if there were any cities or counties that you've worked with so far. In case there's some cities that are looking to use you guys for a service.
Recently, we've worked with the city of Fayetteville, city of Dunwoody, Sandy Springs, also Clayton County.
Okay.
The other counties too. So it's some counties that come to mind. So we're happy to be here. It's a fantastic event. Greatly appreciate it.
Well, we appreciate having you here. Now, is this your first annual convention, or have you been to a few?
No, this is my 5th time here.
Okay.
So it's gotten better every single year.
Awesome.
The attendance is incredible.
Yeah. It's bigger and bigger each
By
year.
far and away the best event we go to all year.
Love it. Now, for cities that want to contact you guys for your services, how can they find you?
Well, feel free to find us on our website, hoganconstructiongroup.com, or come visit us here at our booth.
Okay. This Yeti, if they want to snag this Yeti, how do they get tips on that?
Come on over, give us a business card. She's not coming home with me, so
I don't know. She might come home with me. Now I can't say.
You never know. You never know. It's going away either way. But yeah, come visit us over here on aisle 500 at booth 612, or visit our website.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now we're headed over to Shane at GIFA. Shane. Hi, Shane. How are you? Ashley Bailey with GMA here. Good to see you. So tell us about GIFA.
So the Georgia Environmental Finance Authority helps local governments finance their water, wastewater, sewer, and stormwater infrastructure. Yep.
Awesome.
We've been around since 1986, and we've had quite a few cities across the state of Georgia.
Love it. And speaking of cities, are there any cities that you've worked with in particular?
We are fortunate that we have a lot of good customers across the state, so it's really hard to single in one of them.
True.
But there are a lot of needs still in the state, so we encourage cities and water and sewer systems to come to GIFA, and we'll help finance your projects.
Love it. And so for cities that might want to find a little bit more information, where and how can they find you guys?
We're booth 509 right here in the exhibit hall, so please stop by and see us in person. We also have a great website, gifa.georgia.gov. Has all the information about our financing program.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. All right, good to see you. All right, we're going to take it over to Connor at HDL Comedies. Next here. Connor, hello. I'm going to come over to you. Hi, Connor. Ashley with GMA here. Thank you so much for being here. So tell us a little bit about HDL Properties.
Sure. Well, HDL is an exclusive provider with the GMA. We've been with the GMA for a number of years now. And what we do is business tax, hotel tax, and alcohol tax. Both administration, compliance. We find cities new revenue that they don't even know about, and then get them that new revenue.
Oh, wow.
And essentially it's for free. So there's at zero cost. They get all this new money. If they're in a deficit, we help them out. and they come back with revenues for year over year over year.
Oh, wow. Wow. Awesome. So for cities that don't know about you guys and want to find you, how can they connect and reach out?
They go to hdlcompanies.com. We also are part of the Revenue Advantage program.
Okay.
So on the GMA website, just go to Revenue Advantage program, and then you'll find all the information about us, all the cities that are using our services, and how they can go ahead and connect.
Love it. So I know you guys have been here, but is this your first GMA convention?
I've been here a number of times.
Okay.
But Janice over here.
Hi,
Janice, come on in. She was a former city manager, and she was there on the city manager side of things.
Oh,
And now
nice.
she's here for HDL.
Nice. So you've been to several, I'm sure. So.
Yes, I've been to several GMA conventions going back to the early 90s.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Awesome.
always great to be here.
A lot of good connections. That's another one.
See a lot of familiar faces, so it's like hanging out at a party where
It's
I
like a
already
big
know
family
people.
reunion,
It is
right?
a big family reunion. That's exactly right.
We love it. Well, so great to have you guys here. Thank you so much for sharing your services to our cities. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. All right, we're going to head over to Matthew at Parish Construction. Matthew. Hi, Matthew. How are you? Ashley here with GMA. So tell us a little bit about your services that you offer.
Yeah, so Parish Construction, we're a commercial and industrial construction company. We do a lot of work for counties and cities. And we do also industrial, higher education, healthcare. We do a little bit of everything, no residential. And we're based in Perry.
Okay.
We have a North Georgia office in Alpharetta, Georgia. Georgia-based company. In our 30th year, we started in 1995.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. We're glad to be at GMA.
Awesome, awesome. Now, is this your first annual convention? Or
No, I have been to quite a few GMAs, and I always look forward to it.
Love
and
it.
this expo hall continues to grow.
It does, and it's a lot of new renovations. It's nice, new things happen. So that's great. Love to see it grow and grow every year. So for cities that don't know how to find you guys, how can they find you to connect?
So www.parishconstruction.com, or you can reach out to me, Matthew Gamble. We're in the expo materials, our contact information. Please keep us in mind for any of the things that you renovations or new construction.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We
Good to
appreciate
see
you
you.
being here. Thank you. All right. Back to the set with you, Catherine.
Oh, there we go. I'm Catherine Glaspie. We're back on the set. Sorry about that. Maybe by tomorrow I'll know how to work a microphone. Who knows? So with me is Michael. Once again, thank you. I know you ran off to a meeting and now you're back to help us out.
Back. I helped out our Metro Atlanta mayors for a minute, and now I'm back and ready to talk about the theme.
Yes.
Power of positive leadership. But what better way to get a positive leader than to train them? What is the importance? What is the importance of our training? Hardin, you're with CVIOG, and Aileen, you are with me, GMA, Director of Training. What can we say about the importance? I can talk for an hour about it.
Before we get there, though, because this was throwing me for a minute, and it finally clicked for me, CVIOG, Carl Vinson Institute of Government, right? Okay. Just wanted to put that out there for the people that are listening, because they may have been a little slow on the uptake like I was. And I was like, what in the world? So now, back to you, Mike. Your question.
Again, so power of positive leadership. What is the importance of training municipal leaders to prepare them for their job? Sluts?
Well, I would say you can never know everything, and laws are always changing, best practices are always evolving, and if you come to our training classes as an elected official or city official, you can stay abreast of the latest laws, the latest best practices, the latest resources, and also there's a lot of networking and peer-to-peer learning. You get all of that from coming to our training classes. Hard?
Yeah, I think we'll get a chance to highlight the partnership. So as you said, we're part of the University of Georgia, the Carl Vinson Institute of Government, and it's been a decades-long partnership between the Institute of Government and Georgia Municipal Association to provide the training program. And it's grown steadily from when it started decades ago. I think we'll offer at this conference maybe over 51 classes. We'll train, I think, over 2,300 people in the 3 days that we have classes here. But I think it's recognized today, and it was recognized decades ago, right, that it try to help make better communities, help make a better state, that we provide all the training that we can for folks that are doing that work, folks that are leading our city councils, mayors, and then our city staff members that are interested as well. But how do you make a better state, right? Is it try to get information out there, try to encourage people, inspire people, share innovative ideas, where you can, any place that folks are willing to listen.
Yeah. So you mentioned a number in the.
That's where I was going. Great minds think alike.
So is that a new record?
Well, it's definitely a record number of classes. The final tallies are not in yet, but we do expect a record number of attendees. But we've never had 51 classes. 51 classes over 3 days, Friday, Saturday, and Tuesday. So we're really impressed with all the elected officials who want to come to the training and continue their learning journey.
What kind of classes are you offering among that 51? I mean, obviously we won't talk about all 51, but what are the highlights?
So I think, some of the ones that actually for this round, we have over 80 courses in our catalog total. But I think the ones that I talk about today, like we just reestablished a new and emerging technology class. We retooled that a little bit because obviously with new technology, it's constantly changing.
Sure.
We had 2 new instructors here today. One of them is the IT director for City of Dunwoody. One's the IT director for City of Smyrna. And they partnered together and they led, the elected officials here through a 6-hour class, right, about new emerging technologies, talking about AI, talking about cybersecurity. We're really proud of that one. We think that one might expand in the future and actually be a 6-hour class in the future. I think the other one that we heard a lot of great feedback in the hallways, we teach a class on recreation and parks. It's led by Georgia Recreation and Parks Association. Their executive director is the leader. He brought 3 of his senior leaders from their board of directors, and they have just amazing energy and high energy, sort of getting folks excited about Parks and Rec. And what we heard from folks that attended is they had answers for people that had a community of 500 to, our communities that are, 50,000, 100,000. And they had encouraging words to share for all of them. So that's some of the things I heard in the hallways. Aileen, what did you hear?
We have a new class, Building Collaborative Relationships to Solve Community Challenges, and that really connects city officials with all the partners and stakeholders that can help them get things done and can help them improve the community. So this is the second time we're offering it. Some of our, long time classes, conflict resolution, municipal taxation, core things that city officials need to know. And every time someone takes those classes, they say, I just learned so much, and you don't know what you don't know. And so we're really glad to hear that from our city officials.
And I think the first class that you just mentioned there was one that we kind of touched on the topic in our last segment on the show, and that is everybody that comes here they can identify with a problem that somebody else has. And sometimes sitting in a class like that helps to spark things, but then just being able to network with the people that have similar problems to them.
So discussions that you have in class.
Yeah, it's amazing. You may not solve your problem, but you know that you're not alone in your problem.
Exactly right, Kat.
We did some training in advance, Aileen and I with our colleagues, to try to tell the instructors, well, your point is to allow time for folks in class to have discussion in class.
Sure.
So we obviously any of us could develop a PowerPoint, bring a lot of information, but you want them to talk through it with their colleagues, right, and help each other solve the problems. And so that's built into the design.
Those hints came in handy this morning when we were teaching our Tax 101 class. Sherry and I both tried to integrate some of those tips that you gave us. So I appreciate that training that you gave us prior to. So let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk about the new look and the rebranding. What prompted that? How did we get there? Why did we go there?
So I think it started out with an idea from our Director of Training and Leadership Development, Alan Dickerson. And he said, our training is really renowned across the country, and we don't have our own look. We don't have our own identity. I mean, it's more than just a logo. It's a look, it's a feel. It's like when you see it, when you see the colors, you know that it represents quality. And so we had a years-long process. We worked with our training board and a committee on our training board to really give that feedback. What really resonates with you? And Harvey could talk a little bit about someone with the logo, what the logo means, what it stands for.
Yeah, so the work, we hired the folks we have a design studio at the Institute of Government, and folks that have done branding for cities across the state. I know they've done Vidalia's branding. have done a handful of others around, and we asked them to tackle this for us with the same spirit that they have done this for communities. And so some of the things that they built into it, if you look at it, it has a graduation cap, for instance. So obviously that's a symbol of learning and education. But the side of the tassel represents the side of the tassel that you're not a graduate. And that was deliberate because we don't think you ever stop learning, that it's to imply lifelong learning. And so we didn't want the tassel on the side of a graduate, but a side of someone who's still a student. There's a column in the new branding, right, which represents a couple of things, sort of the buildings of city halls. If you think about buildings, stately buildings in downtown historic communities, but also to represent our partnership and show there's a lot of classic architecture on the UGA campus, right? And so you try to blend the two with some of the same symbols. And I think the colors they used as well. So obviously we didn't want to put a Georgia Bulldog on there. You don't want to repeat the GMA logo, but you try to find some colors to blend the red and the blue that represents both of the partners as well.
Well, that's kind of a good segue into the partnership that we've
Right.
had over the years. Can you talk a little bit more about that and how it's developed over time?
I mean, like Harden said before, started in the 60s. And GMA partners with Carl Preston Institute of Government in a number of ways. But for training, I don't think we can do the full breadth of classes that we do, the scope, without the subject matter expertise that the University of Georgia brings. And so, we have the connection. GMA has a connection to the city officials. They have a lot of knowledge. And so that's why the partnership works. And we work very closely together. Her and I talk or email several times a week because we're always problem solving. We're always getting ready for the next thing. So it's really, I've been involved in training for 10 years. And I feel like we've gotten closer. It's really involved over those last 10 years.
Yeah, and to pick up on what Aileen said, it's just the way it works best, right? Is that we all bring different things to the table. So there's some things that I have colleagues at the university that it's their area of expertise, but then there's things that we're not, right? So the GMA staff has its area of expertise. We're not going to teach a class on municipal gas. We're not going to teach a class on Beyond the Beltway. We're not going to teach service delivery strategy, right? That's best for Michael, for you and your colleagues that are in the trenches on those issues every day. But then there's things that we had our applied demographer here today teaching. He'll teach a class on demography today. He'll teach one on Tuesday. Some different things about that. We bring our our specialty faculty from different parts, and it's just a way to blend that, right? For the good of the state and for the good of the communities around the state.
Just go ahead.
The core classes. So we've got lots of different offerings, and the training board updates the classes as needed. But we've got a set of core classes. What makes them fundamental? What are the things why have we picked those classes? What separates the two sets?
I think some of the things that I think about some of our most popular classes, like law enforcement, was overly popular this year. We had the waiting list for that class. And people, it's a hot topic, right? It has been a hot topic for the last 5 or 6 years. But we bring in our retired police chief teaches that for us, and to watch the people, they're just seeking information, right? They're thirsty for the knowledge that they might bring, but they get to have that discussion. So I think things like that. We also have revamped our fire and emergency services class. Freddie Broom from the GMA staff teaches that as a retired fire chief. So things like that, sort of the nuts and bolts of why we have local government, have been very popular. But then other things like, I think when we talk about civic engagement, right? How to get projects done? How do I find money to build the things in my town I want to build? How do we create an environment? We have a class of entrepreneurial friendly cities. We teach a class on how to attract young people to come to your town. So you think about those things. Those are sort of the wheelhouse of why people want to serve on city council, why they want to make their city a better place.
Building quality of life. I think, that is the core reason why many people choose to serve. Also leadership. I think a lot of people are always looking to develop their leadership skills. So our leadership classes are very popular. And some core things that you need to know as a city official, municipal finance, we mentioned taxation, roles and responsibilities, practices for successful meetings. Those are going to be popular because those are things that they can take, when they come out of class, they can take something back to their city.
Well, thank you both for being here. We're gonna wrap up. We've got to go back out to our vendors one more time before we have to wrap up our show. But I appreciate you both being here so much.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, it's always fun to have you guys on. So thank you, Michael, for co-hosting with me in this segment. And I think you'll be here for the wrap-up in a few minutes. So we're going out to Ashley. We're going to Temple Inc.
You might have to come out. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we are live here with Franklin from Temple Incorporated. Thank you for being here, Franklin.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Temple.
Good deal. Temple Inc. was founded 71 years ago, so we've been in business 71 years. We are a fourth generation privately owned company. We've been serving traffic needs in the industry for many years.
Wonderful.
And so we're glad to be part of GMA. This is our second year here, and so we're excited to be in Savannah this weekend.
So tell us a little bit about the cities that you've worked with in Georgia.
So anybody that has traffic signals or road signage, we can help them. And so we work with just about every city in the state of Georgia. So we do a lot of business here in Savannah. Happy to give them a shout out. But we do everything from the Speed Check 12 signs that control radar and speed for them, to their school beacons, to intersection control and all kinds of detection even. So we do that. Down the road, we do with Glenn County and the Brunswick crew. They actually are utilizing our Alpha battery backup systems. Going across the state, Valdosta is one of what we call our smart cities. They have all kinds of technology in their intersections that allow them to remotely manage and control traffic. And then moving on over to the Albany area, they recently just bought several of these Speed Check 12 signs as well and putting those throughout the city as well. So we're excited to be in the state of Georgia.
Yeah, and a good variety of cities too.
That's right. We can serve them all.
Yeah. So for cities that don't know how to find you guys, how can they find you and connect with you?
So they can, first of all, they can come by our booth. We're 502. We're right here. My name is Franklin Olive, and my cell phone number is 256-466-0294. And then our website address, www.temple-inc.com. We'd love to hear from you.
Love it. Well, Georgia cities, you know where to come find them. They're here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ashley. We appreciate GMA. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Heading over to Toby at Jacobs.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Jacobs. We've got Toby here. Hi, Toby. I'm Ashley from GMA. Nice to meet you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, awesome. Glad
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Jacobs.
Jacobs, so we're a worldwide company, and then we provide local service here in Georgia. We're the premier company for operations and maintenance at water and wastewater treatment facilities. So if you want the best, call Jacobs.
Okay. Call Jacobs. Y'all heard it here first. And as far as GA cities, I'm sure you've served a lot of cities throughout the state, small, medium, large, a little bit everybody.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's accurate. And we're serving cities right now, continuing to serve cities, and we do other work in the Georgia area here as well with our engineering firm, the engineering arm of our company. Yeah.
Nice. And for cities that haven't heard about you guys and would love to connect and partner with you guys, how can they find you?
They can find us at jacobs.com. It's pretty easy. We're easily found. We have QR codes on everything we have here. We have free socks, which nobody else has socks.
You guys. That's
and you can't get those socks just anywhere. You can only get them at GMA conference
here this weekend.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you all for having us.
All right, we're going to head back to the set with you guys. Guess at the end.
And we are back.
We are back.
I learned how to work a microphone. I just didn't turn it off this time. So our sound guy had no problem with it. He has not had a problem. It is all me. I just want to make that very clear. So we are wrapping up the show. This is our first show of the 2025 conference. We'll be back tomorrow at, I believe, 11 or 11:15 tomorrow morning. And I've learned a lot today. What about you guys?
It's been a really, really just inspiring experience because, I don't know, I'm fairly new to government work, but it's really awesome to see everybody come down here and get together like this. It's nice to know that government workers do conferences much like journalists do.
Right? Yep.
It's my favorite part of the year. And you come down here being with all the different members from all over the state. it's a pleasure serving them and having them together. Just hugs nonstop all day long, and I just excited.
I think that's great. Oh, Ashley's back.
Yes.
Hello. Was it great out there?
Oh, it was good. So many new things. Socks, everything. But no, services, it's all out here. Small, medium, large, you can find it all.
That is so cool. I was walking through a little while ago, and it was just amazing to me to see all the different kinds of vendors that are out there. I mean, I don't think about where you buy your Christmas lights from. I do feel, I think I have thought about a couple times about where you buy a fire truck from, because that's been an issue for us. But I just didn't think about all the different things that are out there. So, it's great that they're all here.
You actually inspired me. I went and got the yo-yo.
Yes.
Very excited.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it to kickstart.
Love it.
Right. Pro yo-yoist.
Any last thoughts as we wrap up today?
No, the energy is so cool. I mean, everybody is like excited. They're pumped. It's just a good feeling. The vibes are feeling real good. It's a good weekend.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts for today?
Same here. Just looking forward to another day of excitement and learning more, and opportunity to be with our members and serve them, because that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And for all of you hungry out there, make sure you go out and support our local restaurants. We have some dimes out there. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta.
You gotta give us some tips.
Yeah, please.
But I can't tell everybody because I don't want.
All right. Okay.
He's quite the foodie. I'm always asking him where to go eat. Well, I just want to say thank you to you guys for being here and helping me out today. Want to give credit where credit is due. This is all the show of Douglasville, Georgia, and their comms team. They are absolutely amazing. Thank you to our audience. We actually have an audience, guys. Thank you. That's so exciting. So thank you guys for all being here. We will see you tomorrow from the GMA conference at 11 o'clock tomorrow. So on that note, I'm Catherine Glaspie. Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Catherine.
Hey, thanks, Catherine.